Oh boy, let me make myself a full screen here. Dang boy, what is going on? She usually opens up bigger. Everybody who's tuning in on IG, man, appreciate you tuning in. We about to get to it. Skrat. There we go. Now we're full screen, everybody, man. Let's see what's all tapped in on IG. I see the love. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Tonight we're gonna be talking Georgia Tech hoops. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. As you saw from the graphic, if you see it on Twitter, if you see it on Instagram, if you see it on the YouTube, you know what I mean. We're talking why I believe Georgia Tech is a Sweet 16 team, and I don't think that's far fetched, to be honest. I mean, you look at the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying. You look at Coach Damon Stoudemire. You look at Coach Preston Williams, the assistant coach, doing a lot heavily on the recruiting scene, which is why this team is and will be a force to be reckoned with, man. So without that being said, we're gonna go through the roster. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna catch y'all up to speed. Just I think a week away, a week from the season beginning. All right, so across the top, we got, you know what I'm saying, hometown hero number one, Kai Fleming. I feel like he's gonna have a big role. I'll pull up my article on him in a second to kind of break down why I know, you know what I'm saying, think and know, you know what I'm saying, to save face for just in case for whatever reason my idea doesn't come to fruition or my thoughts doesn't come to fruition. So you got Kai Fleming, hometown hero freshman, should have a big role this year. Lamar Washington, somebody Coach Stoudemire has talked very highly about, you know what I'm saying, 6'4", 200 pounds, came out of high school being, I believe, a 4-star, 3 to 4-star, just to be safe, football player, but very big when it comes to facilitating, playing defense. Somebody who's going to get down here, really be the true point guard for this team. To the right, number 2,
Eric Chatfield
Eric
Jr.
Chatfield. If you heard that, man, hopefully I don't get copyrighted, but I don't care, because we're trying to get y'all this information and provide y'all with the most, you know what I'm saying, what am I trying to say? The most knowledge, you know what I'm saying, information, value, provide y'all with the most value that I can. So Eric Chatfield, freshman point guard, may not see a lot of playing time this year. I'm just going on what Coach Damon Stoudemire stay at the opening press conference for the season, preseason press conference. Pretty much is not what he said at media day, but you go on YouTube and hear what he said. Pretty much said he's a young guy, sees a lot of promise in him. Obviously, playing for Pace Academy, you know what I mean. No surprise there. So we'll see how he develops going into year 2. Jaden Mustaf, you know what I mean? Somebody going into a sophomore season expected to see a big role change this year. You know, didn't play that. I think he only started maybe like 9 games last year. So Jaden Mustaf should potentially be a starter and should be a big piece for this team. So moving on, number 5, Peyton Marshall, Kale High School last year, played for Missouri. You know what I'm saying? Is big time, man. Peyton Marshall is another person that Coach Damon Stoudemire raved about, talked about his passing ability. He said he reminds him of a former teammate. You know what I'm saying? Coming in a little slim. He slimmed down. It got him listed here at 7 foot, 300 pounds. But it say he done slimmed down. You know what I mean? He was talking to the media. He said Big P was going to play. He slimmed down, but Slim P definitely is going to play, man. So Peyton Marshall, excited to see what he's going to bring to this team. I'm expecting a lot of energy, a lot of block shots. I'm expecting some jump shots too. Not gonna lie, I'm expecting Peyton Marshall to be, you know what I'm saying, a do-it-all big for Georgia Tech. But moving on to number 6, Mohamed Silla out of Senegal, Africa. You know what I mean? Definitely, without a question, gonna be a one-and-done guy. You know what I mean? And if you haven't been paying attention to the hoop scene, the BAL, the Basketball African League, is a big reason why it is a big, it's a big reason why we're seeing not just solely why we're seeing African players, you know what I'm saying, get the shine and to just do that they deserve, but also coming in, playing overseas, playing in the home nation, getting polished, kind of like the Euro players that come in at 15, 16, already playing against pros. We're seeing the same thing in Africa right now. So stay tuned to a lot of these African players coming from home, coming to America. You know what I'm saying? Dominating on the U.S. soil. He played for Bella Vista in Arizona. You know what I mean? I believe somebody said he was this close from being a McDonald's All-American, but he decided to it's something to that effect, but he was this close to being a McDonald's All-American. I think personally, if he would have became a McDonald's All-American, the brother might have went to Georgia Tech. He might have had another school come swoop in, like, hey, so he wants you to come here. We know you like education, but come to Kentucky, come to Louisville, come to a big Power 4 school that's notable, right? But for him to drop to Georgia Tech, I think it's going to be a big piece for Georgia Tech. This year. So Chaz Kelly coming to Georgia Tech from Boston College. I think somebody's going to be that second point guard off the bench. You know what I mean? Somebody who can do it all, pass the ball. Maybe not seven. Let me revert. Not do it all, but play defense, run the offense, be a second extension of second point guard, the second extension of Coach Stoudemire off the bench. So keep in tune for 6'3" guard Chaz Kelly in his senior year. Cole Kurak. Somebody else, I mean, they were starting my raised about this roster, you know what I'm saying? Quiet as kept, you know what I mean? This is why I'm so bullish on this team. So got to see Cole Kurak play at the, what's it called? In Swanee, they had the event every year, the Tip-Off Classic, when he was playing for Atlantic Express, you know what I mean? Moves well, obviously 7 foot, standing at near 200 pounds, probably a little heavier now going into this season, probably like 205. You know what I mean? Someone who's real mobile. You see a lot of length on this team, so you can see the versatility that they decide who plays on. That's gonna cut off a lot of the passing lanes. Not sure how much Cole will get a lot of PT this year as a freshman. There's just a lot of bigs on this team, but we will see. We will see. Davey, not sure. Let me get his name.
Davi Remagen.
Davi Remagen, I believe is how he said his name. Not the most versed on his game. I think he's actually pretty tough. We'll dive into his bio and get his information as well. But Dongo, nothing really needs to be said about Bai, man. You know what I mean? He should be a potential. Well, he should be at minimum an All ACC second team type of guy, potential first team All ACC guy. I really think bringing in Peyton Marshall, bringing in Mosilla, is going to really open up his game. They've been doubling him. It's just going to be a time where he can really work out on the block one-on-one. I believe he averaged like maybe 14, 15 last year, if not more. So, he should really go ape. You know what I mean? Ape, you know what, this year for sure. Cam Kraft, probably the guy I'm most excited about, you know what I mean? Coming from Chicago, playing for the Mean Streets, EYBL. He's a guy who scored 40 last year for Miami of Ohio. He's got a burner. I'm not lying to you, the brother can shoot it from half court. The brother can shoot it from half court, man. Kind of like a Luke. I'm not even gonna say Luke Kennard. I feel like that's disrespectful. I think Cam Kraft is his own type of player, but somebody who can run off pin downs, run off screens, put it on the floor a little bit. Just an all-around scorer, man. I see Cam Kraft blowing the doors off a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the particulars, I honestly see Georgia Tech, beating Duke this year. You know what I'm saying? Or keeping it close and up. They're definitely going to upset either Louisville. I'm not even sure it's going to be an upset. I got to see it to believe it. Louisville going into the second year under their head coach. I know they got Michael Brown. I know they're bringing back a lot of guys. And it probably is an upset because a lot of people they're overlooking Georgia Tech right now. But I think, and I know Cam Kraft is going to be a big reason off his shooting prowess. Kawasi Reeves, another guy similar, just more of a 3-and-D type of player, can shoot the ball at a high clip as well. I expect these two, Cam Kraft and Kawasi Reeves, to blow the doors off a lot of teams and space the floor, i.e. for Beta Don go to work, Peyton Marshall to go to work, Mo Silla to go to work, get easy putback dunks, and for, Kai Fleming should knock down and get to his mid-range game, man. So coming up on the last two, Brandon Storrs, brothers from the Bronx. From the Bronx, I'll say it again for the people in the back, from the Bronx. Kind of got a Carmelo Anthony type of game. I'm not even going to say kind of, it's got a Melo type of game. The New York players are just going to be very skilled, know what to do with the ball in their hands out the triple threat. And he's no, he's no question. He's no different. Again, not sure the volume that Brandon Storrs is going to see. I would like this. He's probably not going to get a lot of minutes early. Just, seeing with them returning a lot of guys they were turning some guys last year. The transfers coming in. I expect to see Brandon Stores probably midway to the latter half of the season start to pick up maybe 8 to 10 minutes per game, and we'll see. But I honestly would have a better picture of kind of how to really gauge a freshman coming in that are more skilled outside of a Kai Fleming. But I will say a Kai Fleming and definitely Brandon Stores will probably be because you got Davi too. Dylan Thompson, not really sure about him, but that's a pretty good overview of the roster, man. Like I say, if you got any, I didn't say, but if you got any questions about the roster, about the team, don't hesitate to get at me in the comments and let me know what's your thoughts, man. But let's break further down some of the numbers. Well, actually, let's break down further the numbers. Let me go to ESPN real quick. Actually, let me go to that article I was telling you about a Kai Fleming. So give me 1 second. Yes, go here. Go to my Muck Rag account. That'll be the fastest way to pull it up. 367 articles written. Let's see, Georgia Tech, Cam Craft. Here we go. What role can a Kai Fleming carve out as a freshman? All right. All right, so man, I know y'all can see that, and obviously the headline: what role can a Kai Fleming carve out as a freshman? True freshman Kai Fleming was the second highest rated recruit in the 2025 class, obviously behind Muhammad Silla, top 100 overall player. You know what I'm saying? Really seen a Kai jump on the scene at Osborne sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? Really saw him, you know what I'm saying? Very skilled, very crafty. Obviously, you probably seen the reports. Similar to a Bradley Beal, you know what I mean? Can really kill you mid-range game. Outside the arc, can pass a little bit, can run off screens, can beat you off the dribble, really can do everything that you want him to do. And the reason why I think he's so college ready. His brother played at OTE last year, man. And we'll go into his stats after you know what I'm saying, after I go to the points on this article. But really he's got to see him come in and be used to having the ball. You know what I'm saying? Playing for the Cold Hearts, they struggled, you know what I'm saying, last year before he got injured and missed some time. I believe the reports he's, you know what I'm saying, back to health, you know what I'm saying, really healthy this year. And healthy he's been in a while. But really got the opportunity to see him come in at OTE, you know what I'm saying, go through the growing pains of not having the ball, knowing how to work with different alphas on the team and really find and choose and pick his spots to really earn his trust. Swear, you know what I'm saying, his teammates would defer to him, you know what I'm saying, playing with Amari Chaudhry, a teammate, you know what I'm saying, at Osborne, playing with, I believe, they had a shooter, Wei Lee, you know what I'm saying, an elite shooter in his own right, playing with Oklahoma commit, Ty something. I mean, there's a lot of people who need to get shots, need to get in rhythm. Can't forget Marcus Gillespie. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys who need touches, and there's only one basketball. To see him learn how to work with not having the ball all the time, especially with him being as ball dominant as he was at Osborne, I feel like he adjusted and got cooking towards the end of that season. I think a lot of people really missed out to see him on a bigger platform, especially in the playoffs at OTE with him getting injured just before the playoffs started. So, but let's dive deeper into this article. Obviously, one of the most talented shooting guards that you will find. Straight bucket, you know what I'm saying? Started at Osborne, where he made a name for himself, torching defenders, you know what I mean? Averaged 22.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block as a junior. Like I said, Akai's going to get it done on all levels, and this is a freshman. Like I said, this, and you still got Cam Craig, still got Kuwait Street shooting off the dribble, you still got Lamar Washington, still got Peyton Marshall, you still got Banner Down goals, a double machine last year. It's a lot of things that are going to be thrown at offenses and defenses when you know what I'm saying, when you come into the McCamish Pavilion or when these guys go on the road. Another report, you know what I'm saying, I know I'm giving y'all value, I'm giving y'all a lot of information, man. If I need to slow down talking, let me know, but I'm feeling the vibe, so we're going to keep it pushing anyway. So if you look at now pull it up, man. I know I'm just talking, but I'll show y'all as well. But when you go look at the press conference, the preseason press conference for that Coach Stoudemire put on, it was like this team is any different from any group he's had. Georgia Tech, number one, they get along with each other, and they're all gym rats, all in the gym. He has to kick him out the gym. When you got a team, if all my hoopers out there, when you got a team that's always in the gym, they love being around each other. There's not a lot of egos. Everybody's unselfish. You can go a long way. And I feel like I'm not sure. I think this is the most talented roster he's had since he's been at Georgia Tech. Honestly, at bar none. But you know what I'm saying? When you all want to play together, that's all you need to know, man. So I know y'all want to know, man, what will his role be? What will his role be as a freshman? One of the leagues was where am I at? Yeah, all right, bet. One of the leagues, overtime league, he was a top high school basketball. Overtime leagues, one of the top high school basketball leagues in the country. That's been responsible for producing names. If you don't know, Amin Thompson, Rob Dillingham, who's at Minnesota right now, should have a big year with the Timberwolves. Fleming did his thing. He went crazy. 20-point. Let's see, lit it up. 4 20-point games, finishing in double digits, double figures in all but 2 games he played in. You know what I'm saying? And that's with him coming in, kind of struggling, not struggling, but figuring out, like I said, how to play without the ball in his hands 60 to 75% of the times. Average 15.6 points, so we don't have to go to overtime elite. Average 15. Wrap your head around that, man. You're playing against elite teams, the City Reapers. You know what I mean? Let's see. You had Malik Thomas, and there's other Pittsburgh partner who's at Tennessee this year, who was bona fide one of the best defenders you play against. Eli Ellis, he played against his brother, Isaac Ellis, who was in the running for elite defensive player of the year. You're playing against Taylor Kinney. You know, we're playing against a lot of talent at the OTE level. You know what I mean? Average 15.6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.3 steals. That's elite, man. That's elite. Facing the same type of talent you're going to face every given Saturday night, if not better. You know what I mean? Probably playing more skilled guys at OTE, probably per capita. But when you mix in the experience and the body maturity, that's where, you know what I'm saying, things can kind of get a little bit in that gray area. But nonetheless, man, you know what I mean? You should look for him to really make his mark this year. He'll be a key player, like I said in the article. You know what I'm saying? Definitely tap into this on all yellowjackets.com, Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. This is per what Coach Damon Stoudemire said about a Kai. We have a Kai Fleming, a local kid. I think that the biggest thing is that we have a Kai Fleming, a local kid. I think that the biggest thing is that nobody has seen him in a couple of years, about a year and a half, because he hadn't been healthy. But he's healthy. He's athletic. He brings a different dimension to what we have had, to what we've had. You know what I'm saying? Said Coach Stoudemire. Fleming is one to keep an eye on, true freshman. 100% scoring prowess. Obviously, he get it done on both ends of the court, playing defense. To me, man, he's a shoe-in, man. You got to really pay attention to this team. I'm gonna keep stressing that throughout this whole show, this whole soliloquy, man. Georgia Tech is a team that you need to wake up on. You need to be talking to your buddies. You know what I mean? When you're talking hoops, be like, brother, I think Tech is the guy. I think Tech is that one that's gonna go to the Sweet 16 and shit. But let's continue and let's move on. All right. Let's see. Let me pull up that roster again. Let's see. We'll go. Next, let me go Cam Craft here, man. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Cam Craft. As I know everybody wants to see what we got going on. They want to see the shooting prowess. Let's go to his 40-point night. 40 points. Yo. Of course, they don't have his 40 points highlights on the widescreen. Let's go. All right. All right. All right, Cam Crafts, 40-point night. You know what I mean? Just a shooter. Just a shooter, bar none. Gets to the cup. It's got a little post fade, turnaround game, bucket. There again, probably off a elevator screen. That's not him with the steal. You see him leaking top of the key. No hesitation, pull up. I think that's big. That's big. That really shows you, for all my hoopers that wants to be an elite shooter, you can't stutter into the shot. So it's got to be boom, boom. You got to run and catch and shoot. All right. So see here, you see him. Boom. Gather. 1-2. That's elite. That's elite. That's keeping the defense on his heels. Again, when you see somebody shooting the ball like that, your attitude, like I said, the bigs that they have, I think it's a no question, a no brainer. But I think y'all get it. You know what I'm saying? You see Cam Craft. So let's go to Bynadongo. Basketball. This is 6 months ago. All right, try to cut it down. We're gonna get copyright anyway for using this, so we might as well run it up and use the audio. But I know y'all want to hear me talk about the game, analyze it. You know what I mean? So Buy let me see how much Bynadongo weighs. Give me 1 second. Buy weighs, it's 240. 240, probably like a 230 here, and maybe put up some weight, maybe not. But again, you know what I'm saying? Just really strong on the interior. Obviously, the mismatch here, he's got a nice hook, nice right-handed hook. I think he can even go left-handed as well. But you know what I mean? This somebody, when he's one-on-one on the block, it can get hectic. You know what I'm saying? It can get sticky. Here again, playing defense against Ace and Newell, big time matchup. Pat Towers at the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Playing the hedging the screen really well here. Let's back it up. We know we got the block, but let's break down the particulars. Obviously, the defensive IQ coming out. I'm saying hedging the pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? Doubling down. Obviously, they're playing a 2-3 zone here. Rotates over, gets a block on Ace and Newell. You know what I'm saying? Bynadongo is big time. Athletic save right here. And look who's wide open in the paint. Bynadongo. Real strong, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Coach Stoudemire is recruiting these African players to come to Tech. I know, you know what I'm saying, typically the African brothers are definitely well educated and ahead of time over there, but this needs to be studied, man, how he's getting these international players. Hey, all right, man. So obviously you get an idea what Bynadongo goes. We're gonna run through the lineup. Let's go to the hometown hero number 2, Peyton Marshall. Didn't see a lot of time at Missouri last year. Also played at Overtime Elite. I can't forget that. Another reason why I thought he was going to get more PT at Missouri, but it could have been a weight thing. Not sure. Let's see. Look at my boy Naj. Trying to find something relevant. Not relevant, but more like up to date. Let me see if I can find some Missouri. All right, Missouri. No, I cannot. Okay. This is fine. City Classic highlights. Can shoot the ball as well. Stretch 5, really. Strong 2. Can pass the ball as well. I think. We got Nev. Do you think Damon makes this team a contender in March? 100%. I think this team is going to the Sweet 16. That statement may sound crazy, but I'm going through this roster right now. You got a lot of depth. They got one of the top freshmen in the country, Mohamed Silla. Probably, I think it's going to be a lottery pick this year from Senegal. played at Arizona with the EYBL Scholastic team, Bella Vista. Akai Fleming, hometown hero, played at overtime elite last year, averaged 14 points, 4 rebounds, almost 2 steals. Cam Kraft, they got a transfer from Miami, Ohio, had a 40-point last year. Definitely one of the best shooters in the country. Very slept on, and I like Coach Damon Stoudemire as a coach. You know what I mean? Obviously, you probably know came from the Boston Celtic coaching tree. You know what I'm saying? Underachieved last year only because they got an injury. But I think last year they could have been a first round, possibly around a 32 team minimum. But I think this team this year, everybody stays healthy. Kawasi Reeves, the 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to be very special. So we appreciate you tuning in. You know what I'm saying? If you got any more questions and anybody else has questions about why I believe that Georgia Tech will be a Sweet 16 team, don't hesitate to get at me in the chat for sure. But so you seen Peyton Marshall, like I said, man, somebody was going to come in day one, have a big role in this team. Is a load down there in his own right, but has lost some weight this year. If you know what I'm saying, if you're just now tuning in, but should play a big factor in this team. Well sophisticated in the post move, drop steps, reverse pivots. I really like P's game, man. Big P. So we've already looked at Cam Kraft, we looked at Benedongo, we looked at Peyton Marshall. Let's go to the freshman that I've been raving about, Mohamed Silla. Mohamed Silla played last year, this past season with Bella Vista. Let's see. This is against Mater Day. This is the Trinity League, one of the hardest leagues, you know what I'm saying, in high school sports period. The Trinity League, you know what I'm saying, you can look it up. This is at Coronado, okay. You know what I'm saying? Obviously athletic right here in number 11 in black. I think that he potentially can be top 5 in blocks, you know what I'm saying, in the ACC. Depending on how many minutes he gets, but, you know, the way coach has been raving about him, I think he should get at least 10 to 15 minutes a game at minimum. Let's see, you know what I'm saying, backside block, live threat, so you got to keep your head on the swivel, as a coach preparing your team to play defense. Just nasty, bro. Just nasty. And that's just a very sample size of what I believe Mohamed Silla can do this year. Let's see. So we did the bigs. Let me see if we can find some more highlights of them. That's an interview. Yeah, last time I looked, they won a lot on most Silla. Let's go. Who do we want to go to? We did Cam Kraft already. All right, let's look at some of the transfers outside of the guys we've already looked at, which is just Cam Kraft. Actually, let's go Jaden Mustaf. Let's go Jaden Mustaf, sophomore. Was a freshman last year. Jaden Mustaf. I'll tell y'all real quick what he did last year with Georgia Tech. Missing time, but let me go to his high school recruiting profile. Shoot, Jaden Mustaf. 247. Here we go. So Jaden Mustaf came out of high school as a 4-star prospect, number 7 player in Georgia. I believe he played an overtime elite as well. Number 67, so top 100 player, top 67 player nationally, and the 10th best combo guard in his class. So, yeah, I mean, that tells you all you need to know. Should be a lead guard for Georgia Tech this year. Last year, averaged 8.3 points per game, 3 rebounds, one assist. Shot a low 39% from the field, but again, I believe he missed some time last year. Only played in 26 games, but he played 24 minutes a game. Can shoot from the free throw line, very exceptional. 71% shot, 34% from 3. I think that's going to be big. This team is going to really be a team that can really stretch you in multiple ways, which is why I feel like the bigs What'd you say, You said how's the overall? I mean, the ACC is always a dog fight. You know what I mean? You got Louisville. You know what I mean? They're I think they're rated inside the top 25 this year. They got Michael Brown should be an electric guard. So Louisville's elite. You already know what UNC is gonna do. I know they lost Ian Jackson, but you're bringing a young gun, Isaiah Dennis. I got to see. I saw him at Peach Jam. Not sure how many minutes he's gonna get, but very talented, very sophisticated as a freshman. Can score in a multitude of ways. What's the other big guy that got it? Oh, Caleb Wilson. Caleb Wilson from Georgia, played at Holy Innocents. I know you know that. I know you know that school, Unc. Another lottery pick. Caleb Wilson can do it all, man. He played with the Boozer Twins, was at Duke. They won Peach Jam 3 straight years. Yeah, I think 3 straight years for the Boozer Twins. So Caleb, UNC will be good. You know what I'm saying? Hubert, is it Hubert Brown or Hubert Davis? I think it's Hubert Davis. You know what I'm saying? I like Hubie. I like what Hubie does, but Duke is definitely still the king of the ACC. You know, you bring in the Boozer Twins. You know what I'm saying? You got Isaiah Evans, who should, in my opinion, should have got a lot of minutes last year. Duke is going to be Duke, but I think Georgia Tech has a good chance of to upset anybody in the ACC on any given night. We didn't represent very well last year in the dance. I'm hoping for a better year. Hubert Davis, I appreciate you. Let me matter of fact, you know what I'm saying, for you, you know what I'm saying, since you tapping in, I'll go we'll pull up UNC real quick. Let's see what y'all got. ESPN. Give you a rundown on your squad. I think, you know what I'm saying, I think I got a solid team. I like Coach Davis. I mean, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, he scares me sometimes with his X's and O's. Let's see teams. And I know he's got a chip under his belt, but I need to see more. I'm not satisfied. All right, so here we go. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. All right, bet we are sharing the screen. Isaiah Dennis from Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, home kid. Let's see. Seth Trimble, an elite guard. Jaden Young, I like him as well. Junior, I believe he definitely a transfer. Caleb Wilson, 6'10", forward. I mean, can do it all. So, I mean, John Holbrook, you know what I mean? I got some guys, man. I think, let's see. I'm not seeing a lot of, we got James Brown. I believe he's a returner. So, Elijah Davis. I got some guys. You know what I mean? I think y'all should be top 3 for sure. You know what I'm saying? Anything below top 3, you know what I'm saying? And you got to work your way into the top 25 poll. You know what I mean? Not top 25. This year, only 2 teams in the top 25 out of the ACC is Duke and Louisville this year. But nonetheless, man, I should be good. Let's take a look at y'all's schedule. Davis is good, but I think he needs to be. I think he needs to be a little harder on the team and hold them accountable and keep them disciplined, man. So, and that's the thing with Coach Davis, man. He recruits very well. Honestly, man, I'm not sure how he let Elliot Cadeau, you know what I'm saying, trickle through his fingers. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Ian Jackson. That says a lot. I mean, I know he ended up going home to St. John's in New York and really, in my opinion, even though as a freshman, underachieved last year. I'm not gonna say underachieved last year. I think y'all weren't big enough last year to me. I watched that Duke game. Duke shouldn't ever dominate y'all like that. You know what I mean? I think it was just because of the size. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let Malawak dominate down there. Cooper Flag was just doing anything he wanted on y'all, man. So I see some size, I see some length on the roster this year for y'all. So this is gonna be a big test for Hubie, man. A real big test. But you know what I'm saying? You got Kansas early on. I'm gonna chalk that up as we'll got to see, but I'm gonna put an L on your head just because y'all aren't ranked inside the top 25. And I think Kansas is still underrated. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows about Darren Peterson. They got Cole Rosario. That's a name that people are starting to know due to his season at Overtime Elite in Atlanta, a high-level prep league. They got a foreign center who's a big body. I like his game as well. So, you know what I mean? I think Kansas is probably an L for Kansas, for y'all for Kansas. Yeah, you should win out. I'm going to give y'all the nod. I think I'm going to beat since that's Wojnarowski, St. Bonaventure. That's what now Adrian Wojnarowski, former reporter of ESPN. He's now head of basketball operations, if you didn't know that. So I think y'all going to beat Woj's team. I'm going to give y'all the nod over Coach Izzo, even though the top 22. I'm going to give y'all the nod. I'm going to give Coach Davis the benefit of the doubt. Now, Kentucky, I don't know. Now. I can't give y'all Kentucky. I like what Coach Pope is doing down there, man. Top 10. Let's see. Kansas is my second favorite. Bill Self is a hell of a coach. He's a hell of a coach, but he did underachieve last year. I'm not sure what happened with that roster. They had a lot of good transfers, but I agree with you. I think Bill Self is one of the best college coaches in all of college basketball. Georgetown, I'm gonna give y'all the dub over Georgetown. I gotta see Patrick Ewing talking. He's making a lot of noise up there, but I gotta see it come to fruition. South Carolina Upstate definitely a win. Ohio State definitely a win. You shouldn't run into any trouble, in my opinion. Maybe Florida State, but I like y'all against these teams. Georgia Tech's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be a big one, especially in Atlanta at the McCammon Pavilion. I gotta see it. Syracuse, I'm gonna give y'all the nod, and I'm hoping this year y'all split with the Blue Devils. You can't go outside twice. If you lose to the Blue Devils twice back-to-back years and doesn't make the playoffs, I think you got to get him out of there, Coach. I think you got to get him out of there, and I think you would agree with me on that. Comment down below if you disagree, and if you think Hubert Davis deserves a second, third chance if he doesn't get the job done this year. And Louisville, that's another interesting game. You only play Louisville once this year? That's interesting. But yeah, Clemson should be Clemson, Virginia Tech. So push come to shove, man. I should be a tournament team. I might have to make a road trip to the Tech game. I definitely. I may be in the building. You know what I'm saying? Per my editor, of course, he needs some help with covering GT basketball this year, man. So you know what I'm saying, we're definitely gonna push the needle, try to get up in there and get some real updates, get some real reporting going on, you know what I'm saying, for the people. So you know what I'm saying, definitely let me know if you're coming to the city. You know what I'm saying? I try, you know what I'm saying, put you on to something nice, man. You know what I'm saying? Give you the tour. You know, as you know, the city is definitely different from what it was since you left it, man. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, bring you around to show you a good time, my friend. All right, but let's get back to the Georgia Tech basketball, man. Let's get back to YouTube. I think we were about to look at I think it was not Darion Sutton, Jaden Mustaf. All right, we'll go through a couple minutes of him. How many minutes have we been tapped in? Okay, not too long, about 40 minutes. All right, Jaden Mustaf, man. We're gonna need Georgia Tech is gonna need a big contribution from here. As you see, they're playing against my alma mater, West Georgia, here in this clip. They're gonna play West Georgia here again this year at the McCamish. I'm gonna try to get in the building. I can't make any promises, but I'm gonna try to get in the building and cover my Wolves. Boom. You know what I mean? It's got a nice game, but you see they're a little hesitant. That's got to clean up. That's got to be a lot smoother. You know what I mean? You're a sophomore. We're gonna need to see sophomore things. That hesitation right there is what I don't like. You're gonna see he's got the post fade right here. He probably got like maybe 5-6 feet of space to the player in the paint here. Push gonna show you draw two. He helps here. Now you got a easy roll to the basket. And if he rolls, then you got this other player in the short corner here who's gonna have to help if the guy at the top of the key rolls, and then you have one of the best shooters. Is that Lance Terry in the corner? I can't tell if that's Lance Terry. I don't think that is Lance. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, he just has to take that next step of being confident in his game and in his shooting ability. All right, Jaden Mustaf, did he get that steal? Or was that off Nate George? Yeah, got the steal. This is against Charleston Southern. You know what I mean? This is a team that you should dominate. So, but nonetheless, I think this is a game that's still early in the season. You know what I mean? He's got the instincts. Obviously, you see the backdoor cut there. But to be a guy that played in at the OTE level the year before, I think I would say I expected him to be a lot more polished than what I seen last year. All right. Nice jump shot there from Mustaf. But to me, he holds the keys to really how good this team can be. If he could play a good point guard type of role, I think this team could really threaten for a 2 spot in the ACC. I can't 2 to 3 spot in the ACC. I can't give them the top spot. I think Duke is just going to be too much for Tech this year. Not saying that it can't split, but when it comes down to the ACC championship, I don't think anybody's going to be ready in the ACC to unseat the last year ACC champs. But as you see here, aggressive driver to the cup, you know what I mean? Relentless. You know what I mean? Knows how to get to a spots, and obviously an electric passer. So that brings me back to my point. We just saw the film of Mohamed Silla. We know what Peyton Marshall can do. He's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Move guys out the way, and he's athletic enough to go up and catch a lob at the sub 300-pound weight. Also, you got a lot of wings that can crash. You got Kai Fleming. I'm not sure how you know what I'm saying, how Damon Stoudemire is going to construct this offense. Obviously, I watched them last year, but this is a new team with a different type of athleticism. To me, if I'm coach, I'm letting anybody who can dunk, you know what I'm saying, really run, and we're going to be kind of reckless to a certain degree. I'm throwing a Kai in there to catch lives. I'm throwing anybody who can come off, who can cut back door, you know what I'm saying, be athletic. We got to set the standard this year and turn things around and send a message to everybody in the college basketball world that we are here to play, and we're going to do what it takes to beat everybody. As my brother D'Angelo Sanchez says, beat everybody. All right, just a couple more clips of Jaden Mustaf. That's nice. That's nice. All right. So let's see how many people we got tapped in. We got a viewer on YouTube. Man, appreciate you tuning in, brother. I'm not sure if that's Brother Malik tuning in on this road back from Florida, but I appreciate you tapping in with the kid, my friend. All right. You know what I'm saying? Don't hesitate to get in the comments, brother. Don't hesitate to get in the comments. All right, let's see what else we got. You know what I'm saying? If you're just not tuning in, man, this is the talk. This is just me keeping the bucket. Why I feel that Georgia Tech is a team that is a Sweet 16 team going into this year's season, just a couple weeks removed from seeing what these boys gonna do, man. Matter of fact, we're gonna pull up the schedule. Man. Let y'all know why this team is dangerous and why. I mean, the schedule is not too tough this year for them. Last year they had a hell of a schedule, man. They played a lot of good teams. You know what I'm saying? Obviously done with the energy bug that they had last year. This didn't bode well for them. But this year's schedule is not as rigorous. A lot more home games this year too. But let's take a peek. Let's take a peek at the Yellow Jacket schedule real quick, y'all. All right, number 1, Maryland Eastern Shore. Obviously, we don't know the name of the teams. They're mid-majors, so that's a dub. Bryant, Southeastern Louisiana. Those are wins. Georgia. Let's take a look at UGA real quick. Let's take a look at that roster. I know they got a squad now. I know they got a decent squad. Blue Cane. We know Blue Cane last year's shooter. Somto Surreal is real. Somto Surreal is for real. That's a fact. Jaden Newell, Ace Newell's brother. You know what I mean? So this team, and Jeremiah Wilkerson, Kareem Stagg, but Jeremiah Wilkerson is a name to know. Obviously, a hometown kid. Powder Springs decided to go back home. Markel Jennings, obviously, another hometown kid. But Jeremiah Wilkinson can fill up the stat sheet, an elite scorer. Played for TSF prep school in Georgia. Went to Mississippi State last year. He played at Cal. Alongside Andre Stojakovic, who's now at Illinois. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep an eye out for those two names as well. They have a Dominique Wilkinson. Okay, he going by Jake this year. Jake Wilkins. So I mean, Georgia's gonna be an interesting team, but I think I'm not even. I think I'm gonna give the nod to Georgia Tech this year to go into Athens and win. I'm gonna say win handedly, bro. I'm gonna say win by like 50, similar to how they won last year. I think. Let me see how many points they won by last year. But they took care of business. They won narrowly. They won by like 8. No. Excuse my math. They won by what's that? 9. God, my math is bad. We're gonna say 9 points, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all let me know if my math is off, but I think Georgia Tech can win by 9 to 15 points. They're gonna play a Georgia Southern bunch. Georgia Southern don't sleep on that team. That's a solid team down there. Aaron Banks, I believe they got Makai Smith from Sandy Creek. That's a solid team down there, but don't think they got enough to beat the Yellow Jackets this year. Obviously, they're gonna handle business against West Georgia, DePaul, Mississippi State. That's a game to circle for my Tech fan. That's gonna be a tough game. I believe Mississippi State made the tournament last year. Monmouth should win. Marist should win. Lafayette should win. Florida A&M should win. Duke at the field house. I'm not sure if they're gonna win this game, but I'm hoping that this game's close. That's gonna be a real test for this team. Boston College should be in win. Miami's gonna be interesting. They got some guys down there. They got some talent. They got a freshman out of Texas. There's a lot of hype around. I gotta see it. I think he's gotta prove his jump shot. If I'm the team, I'm sitting back. I'm letting him make at least 3 shots from outside before I really press up and let him play their strengths of get downhill. NC State should be a win. Clemson, go. NC State's got some guys too, and that's at NC State. That's a game to circle on the calendar as well. But until North Carolina is top 25. I should have told that. That's on me. But North Carolina, that's gonna be an interesting game, but it's at home. So I'm gonna lean towards the Yellow Jackets. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't think they get threat. I think you gotta watch that Wake Forest, Notre Dame, those 2 games in here. You know what I mean? I think Georgia Tech still learning. We're still emerging as a program. You gotta watch out for those teams on the bubble. And I think that's Wake Forest, Virginia, and Notre Dame. Louisville as well. So that stretch in February, watch out. And I'll say the whole run from Wake Forest to Florida State. That's a murderous row. That's where we're going to really see what Georgia Tech is made of coming to the end of the season. But at worst, man, I think Georgia Tech is a 4 to 5 to 6 loss team, and I think that puts them in prime position to be in the tournament this year and make a case for being top 2 in the ACC. That's just my opinion. Argue with your mammy. Let's see, Kuwait. But like I said, man, let's let me go back to the Georgia Tech website. Give a rundown on some guys that you may not know that I feel like you should know a little more information about, and we'll sign off. So Lamar Washington, is supposed to be the lead point guard for this team. Played last year at Pacific. Represented Pacific on the WCC All-Conference team are earning the second team nod. Broke the school record for assists with 191, topping the previous mark of 178. Ranked top 25 in the nation at both assists per game, both assists and assists per game. Averaged 13.5 points, 5.8 assists per outing. Led the WWCC in steals with 1.7 per game, turned in 3 double-doubles, including 2 points in points and assists, 1 points and rebounds, won a WCC Player of the Week after a heroic 40-point effort at Washington State. So, I mean, I think Lamar's going to be that. He's going to be one of those guys that being back in Division I basketball is gonna have a chip on the shoulder. So, like I said, man, this team top to bottom is gonna be tough to deal with. It's got a lot of experience, a lot of youth, and they're gelling together. From what it sounds like, very nicely. Let's go. We already know what Mustafa did. We kind of know what Peyton Marshall did, not playing a lot last year. Chaz Kelly. Let's go here. Chaz Kelly, like I said earlier, Boston College, former 3-star prep guard. Played in 30 games last year, averaging 18 minutes per game. So he played a lot of minutes, bringing in a lot of experience to Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? So one of the Eagles' primary ball handlers. He averaged 4 points, 2 assists, started the season's first 9 games and the final 5. That's big. I know you look at the numbers, only averaged 4 points, only had 2 assists per game, 2 assists per game. But for him to start the season, lost his position, but to end the season as a starter, I think that shows the type of trust the head coach had in him, you know what I'm saying, as a guard, especially as a primary ball handler. So I think he's going to provide great depth. Shot 32.8% from 3-point range. Shot 62% from the free throw line. I think we're going to need to see that tick up. But, you know what I'm saying, knowing college basketball, probably not. It's probably going to hover around in there. But we'll see how it goes for Chaz Kelly this year with the Yellow Jackets. Let's go with Davi. I think Davi is actually going to be a big piece this year. How tall is 6'3", 190 from Germany. One of the top international prospects, according to 2025 class, per several sources. Strong athletic skill guard who can score at all 3 levels, making high-level reads out of the ball screens into transitions. German-born. He's a great nephew of soccer legend Edson Arantes. Not sure how to say my friend's name. Oh, better known as Pele? Wow. That is crazy. Wow. That is insane. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my Pele fans in the chat, man. Definitely let me know something. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, let's see. High school basketball, average 9 points, 2.4 points. And I wouldn't let the numbers from the Europe days kind of smoke screen you. Just from watching analyzing European guys' numbers overseas, a lot of times their numbers are a lot lower when they come over to America, and they kind of burst on the scene. So I won't let that fool you. But I think Davi is gonna have a big, kind of like Pele in the face a little bit, or am I capping? But I think he's gonna have a big role for Georgia Tech this year. Let's see. We already know what Cam Kraft is going to do. Let's look at Kawasi Reeves and then the Bible 2, and we will get out of here, man. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Definitely, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all those things for the kid. Actually, 5 things. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you can be notified for all the posts, and all the notifications that we have on Bacon Network, man. Got some good stuff cooking up. And you never know what you will see on the network. 100%. So Kawasi Reeves, former 4 and 5-star recruit from Georgia who played 2 seasons at Florida before transferring to Georgia Tech, became a starter. 100%. Kawasi Reeves is like that. Like I said, a 3-and-D guy, steady player on both ends of the floor, who started all 38 games at the Yellow Jackets since transferring from Florida, including his first 6 seasons, excluding his first 6 this season, until suffering a foot injury. Missed the last 28 games, played versus Charleston Southern. He averaged 9.3 points as a 6th man on the team, with three turnovers in the 6 games he played. Reached double digits in Tech's first 3 games, averaging 15.7 pressure per game. Number 2 on the scoring chart before going just 4 for 15, 9 points total in Tech's last 3 games. Reliable 3-point shooter who led the Jackets last season and hit 28.1% prior to his injury. Blocked a team high 7 shots and averaged 2.5 rebounds per game. So expect Kawasi Reeves to do what he did last year, man, to come in, shoot the ball at a high clip, and be a pure menace on the team. We'll see if he leads the team in shots blocked and and as a scorer, that'd be crazy. That'll just let you know what else his team has in their bag. But let's go to Brandon Stores, man, who I feel like is another hidden gem on this team. Very underrated, in my opinion. We all know if you covered basketball in New York, a lot of these kids, they come from these small schools, which is just the culture up there in New York. And there's so many guys to go see, man. They don't really get the exposure they really need unless they go crazy on the EYBL circuit. So, but Stores played on the Adidas circuit last year for the New York Gauchos. But like I said, I think he's very, very electric. So let's go through his bio, kind of give y'all more perspective about what his game is. Rated as a 4-star, small forward, per 247, the number 28 shooting guard prospect according to On3. Like I said, this kid, you know what I'm saying, is one of them ones, got offers from George Mason, Syracuse, Washington, and Xavier. Now let's learn about his high school career. Let's learn about the man who not average, but scored more than 2,000 points. 2,000 points during his high school year, 4-year career, man. So at St. Raymond High School for boys, as a senior, he led the Ravens in scoring, averaging 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal, and a block shot, and 1.4 blocks per game. Averaged 19.8 points as a sophomore. Scored 18.2 points per game in 25 games as a junior. Led St. Raymond to the finals for Catholic High School Athletic Association tournament as a senior and to the semifinals as a junior. Named to the New York State CHSAA All-League team in a game against the Cardinal Hayes, I believe is where Ian Jackson played. He had 37 points, 15 rebounds, and helped St. Raymond win the 2024 CHSA Archer. I'm not sure how to say that championship by scoring 15 points, 9 rebounds. So, I mean, let's see what Coach Damon Stoudemire said about the young man. Brandon believed in our vision right away. He's from a legendary program, St. Raymond's, and another good guard from the New York area. He's a big physical guard who can defend as well. He can shoot the mid-range, shoot the 3. He has a competitive edge. He brings versatility and can guard multiple positions. Man, for that, man, let's go to YouTube. Let me show y'all what Brandon Stores is all about, man. Because Brandon Stores, it's like he gonna get a lot of PT this year. I ain't gonna lie to you. Brandon Stores Jr. Let's see. Another name that you need to know is Jamel Thomas. Doing this thing at OT. He's not at OTE this year. He played at OTE last year for a Jelly fan, but I think he's playing high school ball this year. But I'll confirm that. All right. So Brandon Stores is playing. Oh yeah, there he's right there playing for the Ravens. Let me not. Yeah, I might be able to monetize this video. I doubt it, but let's do it the right way. All right. I'm saying working out the triple threat, pull up easy, cash, spinash. Give it to him, man. Give it to him. Corner, work out, boom. Okay, pass to the corner. Got great vision. Bottoms, great ball movement right there by Brandon Stores. Okay, look up court, young man. Look up court, looking for number 12. Okay, pull up on the kid, Wiz. I like that. Shout out Coach Domo if he's still in here tapping in. As you can see, man, very active on the defensive end. 14 White. Fine 14 White. Come on, brother. You can't turn the ball over like that, twin. Okay, sit on it. That's a good shot. Yep. Swing it. Okay. Get you a bucket then. But boy, these kids in New York be talented, bro. Everybody be skilled as that. But that was all. What is that? Like a little hesitation? Little spin, step back. Oh my God. Okay, post defense. Yep, we ain't going for that hesitation. Okay, little hezzy pull. That's nice. That's nice. These boys be hooping, bro. Okay. Yep. Easy. Whoa. Did they run into each other? Yeah, they ran into each other. Easy. That's easy. Smooth game, man. Very smooth score, man. I really he's definitely gonna get minutes this year. Definitely. Yeah, actually I'm enjoying this, man. I'm gonna keep watching. Gotta move your feet. Gotta move your feet. Easy. Hey, let's turn the pressure in here, man. Get a little volume. Get a little volume in the chat, man. A little hard. Okay, off the glass. We don't like the jump passes. We don't like the jump passes. I know I'm speaking for every basketball coach on a high school level and the college level. We don't like the jump passes. You can get trapped like that. Bottoms. I really like to cover basketball in New York. What's up, Naj? Appreciate you tuning in, gang. I see you on the IG live chat. Right now, we're going over Brandon Store's film as we come to a close, but you know what I'm saying, I had to educate the people nonetheless on why Georgia Tech is a Sweet 16 team, brother. But no lie, bro. I think I feel strongly that Brandon Store is going to be a guy that gets a freshman that's going to get a lot of minutes for this team. Gotta close out, brother. Gotta close out. We'll burn these eyelids off. 5-14 in white, man. I ain't gonna lie, this team got a lot of skill players on it. Everybody can shoot that rock. Here we go. Man, this is sophisticated, man. Come on, man. Everybody ain't doing nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You know he on your hip, man. The spin back, that's just instincts. Yep, beat him baseline. Easy. Big body bends. Nice. All right, a couple more, man. A couple more. Oh, yeah, that's it, man. We get that ad. It's time to go. It's time to go, man. So, like I said, everybody, man, that's what they do. That's let me stay true to myself. Let me stay true to my word, man. Let me go back and let's do some research on one more player, Dylan Thompson. Share my screen. Freshman. I think he's a freshman wing, freshman guard, freshman forward. Wing player committed to Georgia Tech. I think his mom played in WNBA. Actually, I remember doing a piece on him. Yup. Son of the former USC All-American 9-time WNBA star Tina Thompson enrolled in psychology. Nice. Did not see action as a red shirt. So he's a red shirt this year. Okay, that tells me all I need to know. So this is a little high school background on the young man. Attended Second Baptist High School in Houston. His junior and senior year led this team in scoring at 18 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game as a senior, helping the Eagles post a 29-9 overall record and a 13-1 mark in the district. Also connected on 35% of his threes. 3-point try, 3-point 175 attempts, and 80% of his free throws. I like that, man. You gotta be able to shoot free throws. And that's what I'm seeing, man. Coach got a lot of guys who can shoot the free throw at a solid clip. This team's gonna be tough to beat. Made the tournament, made the all-tournament team for the Texas Association Private School post-season tournament, selected second team All-State and first team All-District as a junior. Also competed in the high jump for the second Baptist track and field team. Played for John Lucas. If you don't know who John Lucas is, I'm saying John Lucas is one of the best NBA players of all time. But John Lucas is the president of the NBA Players Association Top 100 cap, man. So that's big. But playing for John Lucas is in. Okay, that's John Lucas, JL3. Learn something new every day. Participated in 2023 in NBPA Top 100 camp in Orlando, Florida. Prior to the Second Baptist, attended St. Annie's, Bellyfield, and Charlottesville, Virginia, where he averaged 3 point. Okay. All right, man. So that's pretty much it, man. I don't want to keep everybody too long, man. Nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't gonna get it tonight, man, you're gonna have to see this game, and this team is very well put together. A lot of experience, a lot of youth that's gonna come in, and I feel like it's gonna contribute day one for the Yellow Jackets. It's gonna be a fun and entertaining season. You definitely can stay tuned to Bacon Network, and you definitely can stay tuned to all Yellow Jackets for everything that you need. Basketball wise, man. But you know what I'm saying, I think this team's gonna be special, man. That's it. We're signing off, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Everybody, much love, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace and love.